In the heart of an Ekiti village, where the red dust of the earth paints the walls of every house, lived an old woman named Mama Adelina. Mama was known for two things, her beautiful weaving and her silence. Since her only son, Chidi, left for the city 10 years ago, she had barely spoken a word. Every morning, she would sit by the ancient Iroko tree at the village entrance, watching the road that disappeared into the horizon. The villagers pitied her. "Mama, come inside," they would say. "The sun is too harsh." But she would only point to a small, rusty brass bell tied to her wrist. Chidi had given it to her before he boarded the yellow bus. "Mama," he had said, "when you hear this bell ring in your heart, know that I am coming home with the life I promised you." For 3,650 days the bell remained silent. One Harmattan evening, the wind was fierce, carrying the scent of dry grass and old memories. Mama Adelina grew weak. Her hands, once nimble, could no longer hold the weaving shuttle. The neighbors gathered in her small room, lighting oil lamps as the shadows grew long. They knew the end was near. The village head stood by the door, whispering, "It is a shame." She waited for a ghost. Just as the moon reached its peak, a pair of bright headlights pierced through the village dust. A car, covered in the mud of a long journey, screeched to a halt. A man jumped out, stumbling toward Mama's hut. It was Chidi. He had no gold, no fancy clothes, only scars on his hands and tears in his eyes. He had lost everything in the city and had been too ashamed to return until he had nothing left but his love. He ran to her bedside and grabbed her cold hand. As he wept, the small brass bell on Mama's wrist finally let out a tiny, sharp clink. Mama Adelina opened her eyes one last time. She didn't see his ragged clothes, she only saw her son. She smiled, whispered, "You're late for dinner," and closed her eyes forever. He didn't bring the wealth he promised, but he gave her the only thing she truly waited for, the sound of the bell coming home.